everybody, it's MicheleMarieDalene, and today, of course, is Sunday. This morning I did a video, too, and it didn't quite come out that well, but I might use some of the video that I did this morning anyway in this video, because Ian and me were talking about some of the frustrations I've been feeling in my life. And today we're going to talk, and I tried to talk about last night, but I kind of found myself unable to provide a good, substantial answer for my hypothesis that a lady, a trans woman named, I forget what her first name was, Miss White, that was on the Alex Jones channel, pointed out the way society treats men versus women. And so I went ahead and I tried to do some quick searching on Google to find out if I could find some documentation. And here's what I can tell you right now. There is a lot of things that the mass media is doing that makes men look bad. And if you're a man in this day and age, you know, it's almost like if you listen to the media stereotypes, you might as well crawl back under a rock and die, because you're not liked very much. And because the men, unfortunately, are seen as hypersexually active bastards, lying, cheating scumbags, always looking for a good leg, cheat, despicable, don't keep a clean house, okay? Now, we know that's TV, right, and radio and books, right, but it seems that in the last few years, as Miss White has proven, that the women to be a woman is more of a preferred thing than to be a man. And so there's a lot more female, a male to female, transgender to trans women out there who are embracing the woman's world. And she is a trans woman. I am a hermaphrodite, so I'm a little bit different, but I am also female. So I see what she's talking about. I see it every day out there. How the mass media has made men look so terrible. The only thing men are seen for good at is getting into greasy, dirty places that women don't want to go, like working on most cars and being able to lift heavy objects. It's really kind of limited thinking. And also, men are considered to be mean. I don't know if that's necessarily true, if the men are considered mean or not. But the point is that in the last 20, 30, actually even longer than that, holy Christ, I mean, my God, I'd say probably go back almost to the 70s. Ever since the equal rights movement was going into effect, men have become more of the ill-desired sex. And I think it's a stereotype that has hurt men for a long time. Now, on the other hand, I bring that up because, as Mrs. White brought it up, I thought it was a great topic. Is that maybe that's why more boys want to become girls, is because they want to get away from the nasty male personification. I don't know. Well, of course, let's be honest, modern science is making it now where you don't need to have a man have a baby. We have artificial sperm now. We have, in a perfect world, women can have their own babies without a man being present. And it's getting there. It really is. What do you think, Lo, about this? Because you are more of a masculine gender. I want to know what you think. Personally, I don't think it's fair. Because the true story is that men work hard, as do women. They try to raise their families. They try to be good parents. They put in a lot of pressure to provide for the needs of the family. A lot more demands on them than many women. It's true that women often are paid less. That's true, but we need men in the world too. So I gotta agree that the way that the society is making men look at today is quite disconcerting. I think it's hurtful. So yes, I bet if you are a young man, you probably wouldn't want to be a girl because you don't want to be part of the unfavorable class. Yeah, okay, so you think that might be the reason why there's more trans women now? Or is because the boys don't want to be considered boys because they're afraid of getting hurt? Or being looked at as the unpopular sex? Yeah, I think that definitely is part of it. There's definitely no reason why it should ever really be like that in real life, but it is becoming, just like you said, men are considered the unpopular sex. And so young men are beginning to wonder if they really should change to be part of the popular sex. Let's be honest, women got more choices. You can wear dresses, you can wear pants, you can wear jewelry, you can wear cold perfumes, you can wear beautiful clothing, whereas most guys' clothing is so nondescript and plain. There's also more expense to it too. Well, you know that. Yeah, I know. I've seen your price tags, cosmetics, and things like that. Where a typical man, for example, a male commentator on a news channel like this one, may not even really shave his beard necessarily, and has at least some stubble, and you can see it on camera, and most people don't even care. Where if a woman has even a tiny bit of a mustache, holy Christ, she's crucified. Yeah, that happens a lot. And it is really, really disgusting because, the innocent woman that did nothing wrong, and yet because of the fact that she has a little bit of a facial fur problem, she's basically dragged kicking and screaming and things like waxing, electrolysis, and using depilatory creams and stuff like that to get rid of the problem that's just not necessarily going to go away. Or hair bleaching, yeah. I know that for myself, it's hard because we've talked about this on the gender tag by Ashley Wild. And that is, you gotta look good, but sometimes, I'll be honest, I don't always look that good. Right now, for example, Michelle is still suffering from a little bit of hoarseness in her throat. And she still coughs on occasion. Yes, I do. Alright, well, let me talk to you today about something we mentioned last night, and that is your budget. And last night, you got really upset. And I don't know if you're going to play that or not. I don't know. I may not play a clip. I don't know. Okay. Let's talk about it. Okay. I wanted to get some new electronics in the studio. I was supposed to be getting Retro Freeway, and I was looking forward to getting something I ever so much wanted for a long time, which was a brand or some new stereo equipment. One of the things was a vacuum tube amplifier. Kind of replaced the SAF-24 that I had from Tandy Corporation or Realistic, which unfortunately was the amplifier. I had a couple of bad capacitors, and I unfortunately didn't take it with me when I was going between Cherry Hill and Goshen, and I left it behind. And the more I think about it, is the more I kind of wish I had taken it with me. And so I said to myself, gee, actually I said this a couple years ago, I said, gee, I want my new stereo amplifier. I want to bring it, I want to have something, I can play my favorite music and stuff. And, you know, and I saw several nice new ones, but the prices were a little steep. I saw one that was a nice kit amplifier. It was 180 plus like 100 shipping. That's about a little cheaper than that, but not by much though. Okay, right. Well, let's just say 280. Okay, 280. And I kept feeling like this isn't going to happen again. And I was saying to myself, why didn't I buy this thing when I had more money on Section 8? Because you have other things to buy. And you still need other things today. You need clothing. You need to keep up with your medication. You need to work on providing for financial stability for you and Dory. You have to pay your bills off. And so, yeah, I understand exactly what you're saying is, you know, you end up giving up everything that you wanted to do. But the sad truth is that's life. You know, that happens to everybody. One of the things, like I said in the video, I'm going to say last night, I'm going to say maybe a little bit more refined way is, how come people on my channel don't donate? Because I don't think they care. They see this as a free channel. They know it's not a premium channel. They know you're not making a lot of money on it. Why would you have to pay for the coffee when you can get the coffee for free? Or the content in this case. You actually never really asked a lot. Yet, because so many people are so struggling, you know, you understand them. You don't have a problem with the ones that are struggling. It's the ones that are not struggling. The ones that have, you know, they're doing well. And you kind of say, why can't they make a donation? Because the truth is, Michelle, is they don't want to make a donation because they're not being obligated to. Yeah. Well, it sucks anyway. Sure it does. But, you know, the thing is that the most important thing is I look at all the work that you have done in the last 5 years. 2011, you started in May. And you worked hard to promote educational awareness to the population. And those people who like your work have given you many compliments on your efforts. But it's the ones that don't even, well, don't really think about the costs involved with the work. you're not going to be able to convince them to change their ways. They're not going to change their ways. Because they just see you as a talking head sitting on a couch. And that's the sad reality. Is there any way I could get more people to make donations? I don't think so. I'm sorry, but I don't think so. I don't think that's going to happen. Right now you're using AdSense, but I don't think that's working either. We just recently started monetizing videos. Yeah, you do it on the cable channel. Yeah. And we're trying it on your channel. And yeah. Or, no, it's not doing my channel, it's on your channel. Right, okay, so the point is we're getting somewhere. Yes, we are. But the thing that's so sad is you have to accept the fact is that there's going to be people in this world that are never going to donate because they don't think it's worth the money. Because why should I have to pay for something when I can get it for free? It's a mentality. Yes, right, guys. They're the kind of people that steals movies and stuff through the Pirate Bay and other things. Why should I have to pay for something when I can get it for free? And guess what? Sex, most of them are. Men. So you get that kind of mentality that, again, the men are the cheapskates. So bringing it back to originally what we started up with in this video. But, on the other hand, most of your subscribers are men. Yes, they are. And I have gotten donations from some of them in the past. And those men I have gotten donations from the past, I really appreciate your donations, and I hope that you'll consider making more donations in the future. Understandable. So, let me ask you one question, Michelle. Now, what's your plans for the remainder of the month of May? Well, I think we're going to have to just keep working on paying off the bills for holding on right now for May, as hard as it's going to be. And we're going to have to, in June, work on trying to straighten out the high first premiere bill, which we haven't actually gotten yet, but we have a projection it's going to be about $50. That's going to cover the prescription, the medications I had to pay for, the prescriptions and everything. And that's going to be a challenge. And then hopefully, if we're lucky this time, we will be able to enjoy some of the things that we need to do and make successful decisions. Do you think you're going to end up having to not pay somebody? Possibly. That's a... I don't know. Maybe. I don't know yet. You know, we've talked about so many different ideas that I'm not sure where I stand financially for the month of June. I know that I gotta eat better than I have been for the last month because my body is still, my digestive system is still a mess. And my throat is still a little raw. It's not as bad as it was, but it's still a little raw. And my right ear is suffering from a little bit of frequency loss again. And so whatever the case is that it's going to be a really hard thing to get everything back in check. Of course, you're concerned about a friend of yours too. Yes, I am. I'm concerned about a friend of mine that is having some issues with her own health. She has stage 4 cancer. And I forgot where she's got it, but from what it described it, a lot of it was in her digestive system. And I'm really sad. It makes me really sad. And I told her, I said, do me a favor, please. I said, I'll pray for you. If you would likewise pray for me. Because, my throat at the time was really, really acting really bad. And I still think about what's going on in her life. And I'm not sure how I can help her. Because I'm not a healing witch. I'm a weather witch. And I'm a weather sorceress. And so I watch the world around me every day. And that doesn't make me perfect or anything. It just makes me a human being. And the fact of the matter is I see a lot of dismay in the world today. Like I tried to explain that to James Farrell, and somehow he didn't want to talk about it, but the way the world's going right now is a mess. And what's going on in Venezuela is absolutely positively horrendous. What was one time a democratic country is now a socialist country and has, because of the water shortage, because of the significant drought, Venezuela depends on water for hydroelectric power generation. And that means that there's not enough energy resources. Even though they have all this oil, they're not using the oil to run a generating plant. It's all being done by water and hydroelectric. And there's such a shortage of water that they can't even leave the dams open to generate electricity every day. And likewise, the Venezuelan Coca-Cola bottling plant has had to shut down Coca-Cola Classic production because there was a shortage of cane sugar. It was just kind of amazing because in the United States we use high fructose corn syrup, which is not used anywhere else in the world, to my knowledge. And if the United States and Venezuela were still kind of working buddy-buddy, maybe we could have given them some of the HFCS for the soda functions. But how they get the water and stuff to make the soda in the first place kind of just blows my mind. Consider right now they don't have the money to even sell the soda because Venezuelans cannot afford to even buy a hamburger, never mind a Coke. A street price for a hamburger is $170 US, and that is just ridiculous. So the average person in Venezuela is not going to be able to buy anything like a hamburger, or McDonald's, or Arby's, or any of that places, because it's just not, the money's just not there. Yeah, it's true. How do you think that makes you feel when you think about your own situation? I think my situation, which is not at all as bad, is still is very frustrating. But if I was in Venezuela, I think I would have been even more unhappy and more angry to realize that the basic needs that I would need are not available to me. You know, it kind of sucks, doesn't it? It does. By the way, I made this coffee myself. I just used a McDonald's cup because I need to put it in something. What do you think? I'm asking this to my audience, and I'm actually asking you to answer this question. At least try to, anyway. What do you think about what's going on right now in the world? And it's a lot of worlds, there's a lot of stuff. So don't expect you to answer all the questions, all the things. Pick a theme and give your opinion on it. I'm open to any discussion. And we were talking also in the last few weeks about trying another Ask Us Anything. But last time we did that just didn't go over very well. Why is that? I think part of the reason is that you're not a big enough hero or a big enough name, and you're not a celebrity. Technically, you're just a small town individual that just has a local cable channel and also has a presence on YouTube, but no one really knows you. I think you're right. Anyway, tomorrow is going to start getting warmer again. We're going to start to, according to the National Weather Channel, it says on the Weather Service as well, it says the temperatures are going to start rising. However, there's a lot of misinformation going on around the world, and I'm not going to go into all of it right now. But one of the things is that a lot of information is not being told, like the truth, what's really going on with the world. And if you don't know what I'm talking about, I'm sorry. I'm trying to explain it, but I'm not having much luck. They're still trying to push the global warming thing, which we already now know that global warming is a joke. It's not happening the way that they expected it to. And so people are beginning to ask themselves, what next? As the government is trying to squash the actual fact that global cooling is becoming the norm instead of global warming. Last month, my electric bill showed the temperature reading, which I got at the beginning of May, and it showed that the temperature from this billing cycle of May of 2016 was 7 degrees Celsius cooler than it was in 2015. And I thought that was a pretty big change, and I still do. Right now, today it's still a little bit cooler. It's only about 21 degrees all day. That was what it peaked at. 22 maybe. So, yeah, the weather is messed up. But as far as the other things in my life, the economics, I don't really know what I want to do, because I still wanted to build some. I still really would like to have a nice tube amplifier, but I don't think it's going to happen unless I build it myself. Or I got two of the tubes. You got the rectifier tube. You can get access to the transformers and the cores. and resistors and capacitors and potentiometers, knobs, and materials to make a case. Yes. But still, the question is how much is it going to cost to build it? I think the most expensive thing is going to be the transformers for both the power and the audio transformers. Once you get those things in, you can buy the rest later on. Okay, sounds good to me. That's all I have to do then. Alright guys, listen, here's the deal. As I said, I've got a lot of ideas for topics, and you know what, I'm always open for more. And if you want to comment, you can always comment in the section below here, and I will read them and try to understand what you got to say. And that's what I'm going to do. And if you can make a donation, it would help a lot. Really, it would. Seriously, $1 of every person, of every single Google Pluser that watches me, every single YouTuber that watches me, every Facebooker that watches me, donated $1 US. $1 US. We could actually pay our rent for 1 month for the donations, or we can use that to buy the new equipment for the studio that we talk about so much. That's true. That's very true. And you don't have to make it a recurring donation either. If you want to, that's great. If you don't, no, you don't have to. And also, don't forget the website too. http://pinkrose.dhis.org. It's still open. http://pinkrose.dhis.org. And you can look at my channel there. It's not really very much, but it's sorry we had to give up the bulletin board, but there was a lot of reasons why, and I've explained that already. But maybe someday, with your help, maybe we can finally set up another successful working PBX system. Alright guys, that's it for now. Just want you to stay safe, stay warm or cool, whichever the case may be, and stay dry. And I will see you all soon. Anything else? No, that's it for now. Oh yeah, keep watching the videos, obviously. Alright, that's it for now guys. I'll talk to you soon. Bye bye everybody. Bye bye guys.